Put it on your head. That's it. Okay. Back up here. Kindergartners. Come on, I've been there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Good. Okay, here's some shortcuts for the color energies. Blue energy, do it right. Do it right. Make it accurate, make it correct. How many of you raise your hand if you think you lead with that blue energy? Okay, look around the room. What I want to do is give us a sense of, hey, what's the makeup of this conference? Culturally, organizationally, who's here? There's folks who lead with blue energy. Okay? Red energy, a nice shortcut to remember is do it now, do it now, do it now. All about action, all about task. Where's my red energy in the room? Looks like not as many. Maybe half. So interesting. How about yellow energy? Do it. I didn't even describe it or say raise your hands yet. Oh, you're so classic. Yellow energy. Do it again. Let's get a count. What do we have in the room? Let's count the screens. All right. A lot of yellow energy in the room. And how about earth green? Do it harmoniously. Amiable, patient, caring, and relaxed. I'm not sure if I just heard everyone kind of go, what's that all about? Those of you that know other people in the room, or if you're sitting at your table with somebody that you know, take a look at how they colored up. Because it goes back to that earlier piece I described. It's not that you just get to decide where you're at, and that's it, and you're done, and move on. Because you work with colleagues who may or may not see you in that leading color energy. It's just like whether or not I have a cube or chocolate chip cookies on the slide. You may see yourself leading with earth green, and for whatever reason, a colleague who might be here with you at the table, or somebody back at work, just doesn't see you that way. They had no idea that you were amiable, patient, caring, and relaxed. They thought you were determined, aggressive, controlling, and overbearing. Well, that's not fair. No, you're not. Guess what? Yeah, you are. If they see you that way, you are. Now think about the brilliant conversations you get to go back and have with your colleagues about how do you see me? Here's how I see myself. Really what you're debating on is your Facebook picture, aren't you? Is this better? Is this a good one? Or, well, I really like this one. No, you look stupid in that one. How about this one? It's all that game of perception. And do we really see each other? What we're really trying to get at is, do we really see and understand where each other's coming from? Because the only way to move forward in more productive interpersonal communications is to get my style and what I'm looking for. To get how I'd like to move forward with you. So let's talk in a little bit more detail about these color energies. And although I'm starting with blue energy, I'm not going to walk up and single any of you out. Right, I won't do that. But what about blue energy? Approach to life, high standards, being correct. Excellent at owning the bar and raising the bar. Yeah? A goal of what? Like I said before, a goal of understanding. Deeper, richer, more thoughtful. If you think of the analogy of readying fire, blue energy might be associated with what? Ready. Incorrectly, ready, recalibrate, spell check? How about spell check for blue energy? Oh, masterful. How about automatic spell check, where you can't send the email without checking? Could be a good fit for blue energy. I'm going to jump around a tiny bit here, but in contrast to that, when I talk about email, who else really loves email? Blue energy, because you can store it, categorize it, save it in files and folders and subfiles and subfolders, and so on and so forth. But yellow energy loves it too. Why? Because you can save everything in one big bucket, and you can search it. Oh, search is just a lifesaver for yellow energy, isn't it? But think about that mode of communication. Those of you that lead with that blue energy, do you sometimes or often prefer that people communicate to you via email? So you get the details. And what happens when you send your email over to yellow energy sometimes? How do they react to it? They don't even read it, but sometimes they get up and come in your office and say, Angela, I just got your email. It's really long. What's it about? You were, because you just knocked out your boss. Something beautiful is happening at this here's exactly how I'd like the emails to come from you to me. It just doesn't work that way. But what if we had a system and some tools that made it easier to do that? That's what we're after. We're after actually putting this program in place and making it work. So what's the other piece? There's a slightly potentially negative side to all of our color energies. Sometimes blue energy is seen as analytical and distant. Those of you that lead with cool blue, are you analytical and distant? I thought I'd get some no's, but I'm actually getting much more heads going. We are. And we value that and we treasure that, and it's one of our gifts. It's true, it might be. The other dynamic that's coming through as I talk about yellow and blue energy, notice where they sit on the wheel? They are opposite energies. Now we'll get into the psychology about why that is, but they're opposite energies. So what you start to get a feel for is the energy across from you sometimes sees you at your worst, even when you're operating at your best. What a ripoff. Isn't that a drag? You're having a great day, you're high-flying blue energy, your spreadsheets are incredible, depth, detail, accuracy. You send them over to your opposite type, and they see you in a bad day. Why are you so suspicious? Why are you asking me all these questions? And you're thinking, because that's what I'm so gifted at. You're having a brilliant day, are you kidding me? They don't see you that way. The same is true of red and green energy as well. Opposite ends of the spectrum, they see each other's worst traits more likely than they see your positive traits. So again, if you're here with somebody that you work with, figure out if they're your opposite color energy and what that dynamic might mean for how you work with them. I don't know if you heard that. So you said, these folks report to me, I lead with yellow, they lead with blue, and I love it. When it works, it's awesome, isn't it? Because our opposite energy complements the skill sets that we might be lacking in, and there's a brilliant manifestation of wholeness in Jungian terminology that's just fantastic. But guess what? That's when you're operating with awareness. If you happen to be operating unaware, the other person simply bugs you, makes you crazy because they're your opposite type, and it ends up being total conflict. And again, what makes the difference is, are you aware, if you're operating with your opposite type, are you aware that they bring to the table what you need to be at your best? And if so, you'll leverage it. Think about this for a minute. Those of you that have identified yourselves in a particular color energy, where's your spouse or significant other? Opposite. How many of you think that you are connected to, married to, living with your opposite type? What were we thinking? Really? What were we thinking? It's true for most of us. We seek out those things that don't naturally exist in our personality, find somebody, marry them, and then want to kill them for what, 30 years? Because of that dynamic. It's ironic and humorous and painful all at once, isn't it? But it's what we do. Think about the relationships that you have with your colleagues. That's what we do as well. So let's drill into yellow energy. Approach to life, fun and interaction, a goal of recognition. I use that new car example. One of my favorite examples is yellow energy buying a new car. What's that look like? That looks like a convertible, number one, but when you get in the car, you drive it by that glass shiny building, so you can drive by it and look at yourself in the building and go, whoa, I look good in this car. I'm buying this car. Blue energy, is that how you buy a car? No. What's that book you read? Consumer Reports. Just heard a general hum of Consumer Reports. Yeah, why? Facts, figures, details. What's the right decision? Yellow energy often is driven by, what's the fun decision? Now imagine the two of you in a room trying to come to an agreement on something.